Alright, before we start this video, I just want to say something. You know, I've been keeping my pink slip racing videos separate from my other videos just because they're it kind of like, focuses on one thing. But I've been adding it to my random videos lately, so I just wanted to get your guys' suggestions and your thoughts on that. Um so comment down below if you guys want my pinks videos to stay separate, or you guys want me to mix it in with my random videos, because my random videos are random, but I can't promise you that I'm gonna have this many, like 3 or 4 pink slip races. Like I could just even have one pink slip race for that video. So what do you guys want to see? Just a full on pink slip racing video, or you guys want my pink slip videos in my random videos? I don't know. But this is your chance to like share your opinions and thoughts. You guys are the viewers. I want to make sure that you guys are watching content that you guys want to watch, and not nonsense, because the random videos, they can be kind of unnecessary at times. But yeah. And when it comes to pink slip racing videos, do you guys want music in the background? Do you guys want me to commentary on it? Do you guys want me to give you tips or talk about my that certain pink slip race that I had? Like, oh, like just pretty much share my experience, or my you know, like what happened in that race, just like commentary on it. But yeah, let me know in the comments below. Enjoy the rest of the video. Hey guys, Aloha Mongoose here. This is a pink slip video. This is basically just a whole bunch of recordings that I've been collecting over the months, and I'm just gonna throw it all into one video just because I don't want to put music, because I don't want to get any, like, I don't know, I'm done getting like copyright strikes and all that stuff. But yeah. So I'm just here today just to talk about pink slip racing and all that stuff. Give you guys some tips and some pointers. Because pink slipping is fun, and pink slipping is, yeah, it's suspenseful, it's very competitive, it can get frustrating at times for those who loses their cars a lot. I can feel you on that. Like, I have my fair share of L's, and I still take L's to this very day, but on top of that, I'm winning because I'm taking those failures and learning how to improve from them in order to win next time. And that's how you should treat every loss. Not just in this game, just like other things that you do in your life. Don't be defined by your failures. And this is like a good way to practice losing and like learning from it. Not just this not just this game. There's other things that you can learn from failure too, but you gotta realize it, because I can't really change your mindset. So anyways, yeah, pink slipping is really fun. I mean, compared to games like CSR2 and all that stuff, I heard that they don't have a pink slipping option, and I'm just like, well, that sucks. They have a lot of cool cars. That'd be awesome if you could pink slip. But that's what makes Racing Rivals different from others. So we gotta give credit where credit's due. That, hey, if you're a competitive player and you wanna challenge for someone else's car, Racing Rivals is the game to play. And yeah, with 7.0, Carbonated made it a little bit easier for us to pink slip, not just for the newer players that are learning, or players that are still learning and been playing for a while like me, but it also helps out the competitive players have a better understanding about what's going on. Everyone has a better understanding of what's going on when it comes to like tuning and cars and all that stuff. So we're going to be talking about that today in this video. So if I was going to give anyone a tip, for those newer players out there that are still going through the campaign, I suggest you go through the campaign first before you focus on things like pink slip racing and all that stuff, because pink slip racing is a whole different animal compared to campaign and other things that you're about to do, because you're risking your car, you're putting your car on the line. There's a lot of people that are okay with winning someone else's car, but they're not really okay with losing their car. And when you go through the campaign, you have a better understanding of the game and the competitive nature of it. And before you even start going up against live players, if you can't handle the bots, what makes you think you can handle live players? Because live players have a brain of their own. They're always improving, and they're always, live players are better than bots. Let's just say that. And you know, if you can't handle the bots, what makes you think you can handle a real person? So yeah, go through the campaign, focus on that, make that your main focus. I know the campaign for 7.0 is a lot different than the campaigns before that. And if anyone wants to explain what the heck is going on in the campaign, put it down in the comments below. Because there's one thing I've been hearing is that people that are still going through the campaign, they're unable to pink slip race. So if you guys want to explain that in the comments below so people have a better understanding, you know, not just me, but newer players as well. So they know what to do in order to, you know, pink slip. You know, like, oh, you know, you need to reach this point of the campaign in order to pink slip or something. I don't know. I don't know what goes on. So I want to know what's going on because I hear a lot of questions. And I hear a lot of questions, but I don't have the answers because I haven't done it. So that's the big thing. And yeah, so focus on the campaign. I suggest you do that. You know, after you get the campaign done, you know, when it comes to other things to do in the game, you know, you don't need to worry about it. It's done. And you can move on from there, because to me, campaigns is just a great way to get a good understanding about what goes on before you start going up against live players and live events. But yeah, next thing is you want to get cars. Now I know that there are some cars that are non-pinkable, especially the free ones that you get from the game and all that stuff. They have like this little pink slip icon and on it, and if you see that, you know, you're unable to pink slip with it. And in order to get cars that you can pink slip with, you know, you don't want that icon. If you see that icon, that's a you don't want to do. I'm not saying to avoid the car, but like don't expect to be able to pink slip with it because it has that icon. So great ways to get cars into your garage is, you know, sponsor crates, you know, watching free videos. Most of the time you're usually getting cash or gems, but there's many other things that you can get, not just cars. You know, you can get rims, paint, collectibles, tickets, a whole bunch of good stuff. So the more sponsor crates you go through, you're gonna see other things rather than the cash and gems. Next is daily warm-ups. Daily warm-ups is pretty easy. You collect the slips daily. Once you get like 7, I think it was 7, you can turn it in to get a daily warm-ups crate. It gives you a Class D car and I think something else. Street fight is another thing that you should concentrate on, because you can get wrenches from there. There's a chance of you pulling a car from there as well, as long as other items and other things. But the main thing is getting the bronze, the wrenches from there, so you can take all your wrenches and put it into Racing Rivals crates, and those Racing Rivals crates will give you a Class C. Was it a Class C or better car? I'm not entirely sure. They're gonna give you a car, and you know, whether it's a low class or a high class, the drop rates are like, you know, the drop rates are not the greatest, but I mean, it's something, and it makes it suspenseful, which is awesome. But yeah, that's one way to collect cars without having to spend a lot of things. You know, the wrenches, they pretty much just sit and collect dust, so go ahead and use them for Racing Rivals crates. There's many other ways to get cars, you know, tuner challenge with the microchips and all that stuff, but at the end of the day, whatever car you pick up and you use for pink slip racing, you know, be okay with losing the car, because I know everyone is okay with winning someone else's car. But that person that also wants to win is also thinking the same thing. So make sure that when whatever car that you're using, you're okay with losing it, because that's the risk that you're taking, and that's something that you should expect. You know, when I pink slip race, I'm like, oh, okay, you know, I might just lose my car. You know, it's a negative thought, but I don't want to like hype up myself and like, oh, I got this, I'm gonna win, and then I mess up, and then I feel bad after. So the best thing is to just stay neutral. If not, you know, just really just be okay with losing your car. And then once you find a car that you're okay with losing with and risking and all that stuff, you want to like really fine tune it, because you can tune it to a certain lobby, but it doesn't mean that's a fine tune or that's a great tune for that lobby, for that car. You really want to work on your tune in order to get the best time. And then when it comes to driving it, like launching and shifting, you want to find its sweet spots, because if you can find the sweet spots for the launch and the shift, you know, you're going to see the results in your race times, and they're going to be really good. So you want to make sure that you're on your game and on point with those things. And you know, yeah, you're going to spend some times looking for that tune and looking for that sweet spot for the car, you know, and it's going to suck to lose it, but you want to make sure that you can drive the car and that tune that's on that car at its best potential. So when it comes to winning a car, it'll feel good. Like, oh yes, I won. You know, that's awesome. And then when you lose, it's like, well, I gave it all I got. That was a good race. Awesome. Be okay with your wins. Just be okay with your losses as you're okay with your wins. And also, fine tuning your car and learning how to drive it consistently will help you out. So that explains that. And then once you got all of that down, then it all comes down to going into multiplayer and finding people, which is another hassle itself, because you're gonna like jump into a lobby and you might see a few people and you might go and race them, but there's gonna be some times where it's just the bot, you refresh, it's just the bot, you refresh, it's just the bot, you refresh. So you're gonna run into that situation more than just jumping into a full lobby, just because there's a lot of things going on to the game. Like, not everyone is just hanging out in multiplayer. There's people hanging out in tuner challenges, people doing the live events, and then there's like few people that are playing multiplayer. Once we get more players into this game, or once players start, playing it, we're gonna see more players in multiplayer. We're gonna see more players in tuner challenge. We're gonna see more players everywhere, and it comes in time, because the game is not at the best state. Everyone has a very negative reaction on this, but time will come where this game will rise up again, and it has the potential, and I see it. So multiplayer will get better. This game will get better as more people play the game. So I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, once you find players, it just comes down to warming up, maybe get a few races in with the bots before you start pink slipping. And then when you pink slip race, make sure that you give it all you got, and because there are some people, like, here's some tips. Don't race when you're half asleep. Don't overthink when you're pink slipping, because you might just miss the launch button. You might miss your NOS button. You might miss your shift. Don't overthink. Don't get too nervous. Don't start shaking and sweating and all that stuff if you get like that. My biggest tip for you is not to pink slip race until you feel comfortable, you're calm, you're collective, and focused. And the only reason why is because you don't want to just do something off of emotions and you end up losing your car. Because then it's going to be a huge 180 for you going backwards. And it's going to suck. But it happens in pink slip racing. That's the risk you take. But there are people that win that are going off of emotions, and they're just like, yeah, I won, yeah, in your face, oh, suck it, all that stuff. There are people that do that, it's crazy. With me, when I race, it's just like, because I pink slip in a public area, because that was one way I like kind of learned how to control my emotions when it came to like video games and all that stuff. I would play video games in a public place just so I can control my rage and my emotions, so I'm not always hyped up and I'm not always raging. So when it comes to competitive games like this, I can control my not just my attitude, but my emotions and how I react to things. And that's why I'm usually just calm and collective and all that stuff, just because that's how you should treat it. You should be okay with losing just as you're okay with winning. But yeah, guys, I mean, the only way you're gonna learn from getting better at pink slip racing, not just point at the game and say, oh, it's your fault, the game is buggy and glitchy, that's why I lost. Have a finger as well, pointing at yourself, like, what can I do to better my tune, or better my consistency with this car, or better myself in pink slip racing. Ask yourself questions, and maybe there'll be players that will help you answer or help you out and all that stuff. This is sort of kind of a community, even though it's competitive. I know, like, sharing tunes and all that stuff, like, sharing tunes are kind of sacred in some shape or form, but there's some people out there that like to expose their tunes and all that stuff. But it is what it is. And yeah, there's not that much that I can say. If not, I'm just gonna be rambling and talking a lot of nonsense. But hopefully those things help, and I just want to say, good luck in your future races. And if you guys pink slip, good luck in your pink slip race. Whether you win or lost, learn something from it and grow from it. You know, if you want to better yourself in 7.0 in Racing Rivals, the best thing is to just get as much information about the game as you can, not just about the game, but about yourself as a player and what you can do better in order to improve yourself. Because if you're not focusing on continuously improving, how are you gonna move forward and better yourself at the game or any game in that matter? So that's about it, guys. Aloha. See you guys in the lobby. Good luck, and see you guys in the next one.